Hi everyone, thanks once again for joining us on our YouTube channel. As always, I've got very important information for you. Dear fellow farmers, today I want to discuss a very important principle in life, and that's the economic principle of value. The economic principle of value is based on a very simple principle, and that's the principle of rarity. The more rare something is, the higher the value. That's why even gold is so valuable, because it's rare. So, dear fellow farmers, my question is, what kind of a wife, what kind of a husband, what kind of a friend, what kind of a mother, what kind of a father are you? In life, if you want to be variable, you should be rare. So that's the economic principle of value. It all depends on rarity, the power of value. And the power of value comes from something being rare. If you can be a rare friend, a kind of friend who is so hard to find, I believe you'll be so valuable. If you're kind of a wife who can be replaceable, I believe will be valuable. If you become a kind of father or a husband who is rare, I believe you have value. So, dear fellow farmers, at your farm, for us, we are keeping these exotic breeds of animals just because most people fear them. And the more they fear them, since we're in a urban center, they are afraid of looking for feeds, taking care of them. But you know, the more something is, the higher the value. So the prices of our milk here is so high. At least it's a good price, 2,500 Ghana cedis per liter, and we are earning a lot of money. That's because we decided to do what others fear. So we have fresh milk from here, not from the dairies, all those where they add some additives. That's why we are valuable. So my fellow farmers, if you come to Big Game and Mobility from all these other farms, pick a leaf from there, learn something, but again go back to your farm, knowing that each and every small farm succeeds in its own ways, depending on its weaknesses and its strength. So in life, if you want to become a failure or to become an average person or someone so ordinary, just try to imitate someone. So you can learn from me, but don't imitate me. I love my master or my mentor, Hamis. I love what he does. He inspired me so much to become a farmer and to do what I do, but I don't do it in the same way he does it. So if you want to be cheap, try to imitate someone. In life, try to be you yourself, because in earth, God created us different, knowing that we are all variable and we have something different we can do from others. So, dear fellow farmers, when I went back to South Africa, I again visited Cliff Click because I wanted to inquire more and more and more knowledge. So when we talk about the economic principle of value and we talk about something being rare, I want you, dear fellow farmers, to see the kind of animals this lady, Madame Antoinette, produces at her farm. I'm not saying that I'm marketing her animals, no. When you see something good, it's so good, you come back and you share with your fellow farmers whatever you saw. Because I haven't visited a lot of Kalahari Red's animals, but whatever I saw there, the way she has managed her genetics, the kind of animals she produces, the kind of genetics they have, the way she feeds it, the animals, it's really very rare, because for her is purely on intensive system of grazing. That's purely zero grazing, as you can see. When you take a look at the kind of animals she keeps at the farm, how they look like, those are just bucks. So I learned a lot when I saw that, from the first time I went there towards the end of January of this year, and then when I went back, I got more assurance about what I saw, and I was so much inspired. That's why the first animals I've seen at the beginning of the videos are mine, and I'll be sharing their performance at the farm. So, dear fellow farmers, for us who are doing intensive system, who are doing zero grazing, think about the kind of animals you're going to keep at your farm. Because if you're going to keep crosses, remember they are a bit cheap, around 500k Ugandan shillings. And they consume a lot of feeds, they need a lot of supplementing. So you find that you won't be in business if you're keeping those cheap animals. So what I did for me, because I want to apply that principle, I want to produce this kind of animals, which are not so
common in our country, Uganda, or East Africa at large. There are some who have them, but there are still few, and this is another breed. So I want to produce rare animals which I cannot easily be found anywhere, so that I can sell them at a good price to the fellow farmers, and also for me to break the even. So dear fellow farmers, look at those animals, how they look like. They look very, very good, very, very healthy. She produces high quality genetics, and she has bred the genetics herself. So that's why I was telling fellow farmers that give your farms time. We have to give our small farms time to grow. We have to breed knowing the line, the father, and when you get the animals from her, they even give you the certificates of each and every animal, that you get to know the grandfather, the grandmother, the dad, the mother, up to the son or to the daughter, the ones that we bought from there, or that the ones you'll be buying from those places. So if you can have like 10 high quality animals of this kind, which are not everywhere, and you take proper care of the kids, you have the best genetics in the country. So that's how you dominate the market, because very many people ask, are there a market for goats? Yes, the market is there. But what kind of animals are you selling? What kind of animals are you rating out of your farm when people come? So I have learned a lot, because we met a lot of challenges. When you said the cost to incur in the crosses, managing animals on zero grades is quite expensive. You go the fees, but if I can keep this kind of animals at the farm, I'll be in a business. Because even if they are to be sold at maybe say minimum of 2 million a female, people will come for them because they are rare. They are not everywhere. That's the economic principle of value. The kind of value, the value of the animals you have will decide the prices you'll be selling them. Even if you have a pure back at 3.5, people will come for them. Already, the little kids I have, there's a back, it's already booked at 3M, at 6 months. You can see when we have something which is rare or very high quality, the market is readily available and people are willing to buy it, and they will come at an early stage. I showed you the ram which I produced, which was taken at an early age at 1.5 m. You see, it's all about the quality of what is being produced. It's about the value of the animal. So when we go for high pedigree animal of this kind, I believe we shall be there. So for me, I'm lucky enough, I was able to sell off buying. I didn't have a little money, and I got more 6. You can see how I'm building my flock. I'm targeting the value of the farm. Having like a single goat is equally, a single goat is equally, it's equal to the number of goats that I can be keeping at the farm, like 10 of them. What I mean, one goat is around 4.6 to 4.7, around that. And if I'm to have crosses of 75%, I will need 9 of them to have the same amount in a single goat. And remember, they will almost be eating the same amount of feeds. They will be having the same amount of supplementation. But remember, these are high converters at the same time. So you need 10 of this kind to equal to 50 of 75 bread percentage. So you can see the difference there if you can make your own calculations. Is it only 50? So this is like 46 million can go up to 90. If I have 10 of this kind, it's like having almost 90 of the other side. And remember, they'll be eating feeds of 10 animals, and they will give you the same amount of money. Like someone was maybe like say 60 if you reduce on the prices, because even if they are going say on 2 million each, that's around 20 million, and 20 million can have 40 crosses. So you can see the difference. So targeting high quality, but I would advise fellow farmer, let's start with what we have. Let's start with what we have, and from where we are, let us use the available materials to feed our animals. Then we keep on upgrading. And so because I lost a lot of animals in the beginning, just imagine if I started with high blood percentages and lose an animal of $1,200 or $1,400 because they define the prices are not fixed. So you can see. So to me, who's total on zero grazing, it makes a lot of sense to have such kind of animals, even if I have 10 or 5, which are worthy having 25 eating the same amount of feeds and the same kind of supplement. Remember, these one are high converters of feeds. So this is my target. So dear fellow farmers, I wanted to share with you this very important principle, the economic principle of value. It is based on the principle of rarity. The more rare something is, the higher the value. So the higher the value, the higher the price is. So the kind of animals we have to keep, the kind of genetics we have to keep, will determine how our farms will perform, most especially when you are on zero grazing. But people are on free range, they can even go for locals. But I advise, if they have some locals, again, you have to have some money makers. You get a very good back, it breeds your animals so that you can get some quick money on the farm to run your farm. So dear fellow farmers, look at what, this is my dream. This is the kind of dream I want to have at the farm, having those pure animals from a reputable breeder like Antoinette. It's really very good. We have the records of the animals. We have suffered a lot. We have failed several times. We have learned a lot, though the hard way, but we have learned. As I always tell you, success is not in achieving. Success is in becoming. So what we have become along the way, the number of times we have failed and we have never given up, shows you how focused we are and where we are going. They make their own feeds, as you can see. Everything. I try to show you everything. So that's why we bought a pet machine. We try at least to do almost the same thing, but for them they are on a higher level. But with time, 5 to 10 years, I believe we shall be there. We shall be able to even to produce. So dear fellow farmers, this is all I had for you. Thanks so much for watching and for following.